The first time I heard anything about Planet Choom, we'd been on Mars for almost a year. I was sitting in the rec center with Naya and Jens. We were taking a break from shooting a video we'd written. It was either How to Be Your Own Pet or Top 10 Toilets of the Mars Station. I can't remember which. Naya leaned in over the table and whispered, like she was telling us a big secret. My dad says they found a planet humans can live on permanently. Like, we can breathe the air and everything. But the thing is... She looked around to make sure nobody else was listening before she went on. There's already aliens there, and they look like giant bugs. What kind of bugs? Jens asked. I don't know, said Naya. I think mosquitoes. Are they dangerous? Like, do they have stingers? A planet full of giant mosquitoes sounded terrifying. Naya shook her head. They don't act like mosquitoes, they just look like them. And they're really smart. As smart as humans? Yeah, like maybe even smarter. Are they friendly? I guess. I mean, they know we exist, and they haven't tried to kill us or anything. I'd rather just go to Novo, I said. This was a few months after the governing council had announced they'd discovered Novo in a nearby solar system. It was a planet that could almost but not quite support human life, and the GC was studying whether they could terraform it, which meant changing its environment enough for us to live there. Naya snorted. Novo's never going to work, she said, shaking her head. If it could, we'd all be headed there by now. Not necessarily, I told her. Novo's really far away, so they have to be sure. And it's hard to study it from here. Plus, they need time to get all the biosuspension pods ready. The trip to Novo would take 15 Earth years, and the only way for a whole ship full of people to survive the trip without running out of food and water was to go into biosuspension. Supposedly, that was just like going to sleep, except it lasted much longer and you barfed a lot when you woke up. Is that what your mom told you? No. It was in the weekly announcements. My mom doesn't tell me anything. Mom had been elected to the governing council when it got set up, right after the first refugee ships arrived on Mars. It was a big deal, I guess, but it didn't get my family any special treatment or inside info. All it meant for me was that I never saw Mom, because she was always working. I'm just gonna go back to Earth, Jens announced. I rolled my eyes as Naya sighed. You can't go back to Earth, she told Jens for about the 40th time. Why not? Everybody there is dead. So? So nobody can live there anymore. Nuh-uh, Jens insisted. We can live there again. We just have to wait a while. Yeah, like 1,000 years. Nuh-uh, just a year or two. My dad said so. Your dad's wrong. No, he's not. They probably would have kept arguing until Jen started to cry, which was what usually happened when we tried to change his mind about Earth. But just then, an old man passed by our table. He must have been on one of the last ships to arrive because his face was pockmarked with dark red sores from radiation exposure. When he saw us, he stopped and looked down. You kids making another one of your videos? Yes, sir. I smiled at him, and he smiled back. Whenever we made a new video, the guy who ran movie night at the rec center played it on the big screen before the main feature. We'd done about half a dozen of them, and they'd turned Naya, Jens, and me into minor celebrities among the 100 or so people who usually showed up for the movie. Keep it up, the man told us. Folks need to laugh, now more than ever. Not too many people laughed at the last one, Naya reminded him. I'd written fabulous fashion looks for fall myself, after I outgrew everything I'd brought from Earth and my parents sent me to the clothing exchange. All they had in my size were a pair of worn-out jeans with mysterious stains on them, and a grimy t-shirt that said Taylor Swift World Tour 2028. Now I was stuck wearing them, even though the stains grossed me out and I'd never even listened to Taylor Swift.